Awesome, guys. Awesome, guys. So we are about 50 plus listeners, and we are about to just kick off. So, GM, once again, welcome to everybody here listening to us. My name is Sam Smart. I'll be co-hosting with Lord Shiba. I have um I have Pips from Zimbaland, and I have Flames here as well. So today we want to handle the subject matter of trading. Okay. We want to try as much as possible to demystify and cover as much field as we can in this short space we are going to have. So we have divided it into three basic sessions, right? We have the myths, right? That is the things that they sell out, the misconceptions with regards to trading. That's what we call the myth, right? So the myths. So we have the myths, we have the scams. Okay, you can't talk about crypto and talk about trading and not address the issue of scams in the space. It's becoming an alarming thing. People are losing money, but they are not losing money to the market. They are losing money to their fellow friends, okay, their fellow mentors, right? And sometimes even their trading partners, right? So this is a necessity to address the issue of scams in the space as a necessity, right? We have prop firms also in the space that are scamming people on a daily. So the awareness needs to be out there because if you do not know, you become prey. And what do predators do to prey? They feed on them. Okay, so without equivocation, one of the things you need to know is the scams. It is so, in fact, if you miss any of the sessions, right, that we are about to address in the space, do not miss this topic of scams in the space because it's a necessity that you should know and equip yourself with. And lastly, after we have demystified, discarded their misconceptions in the myths, after we have addressed the scams, we will move on to address the truth about trading because you won't have a future in this space if there's no clear path vision to where you're going. And that can only be built on truth. So we will get into it. So I'll point out one of the first myths in cryptocurrency that I was exposed to Web3, right? And one of the very first myths is um I can enter the space with absolutely nothing. This is going to be structured and constricted to trading, particularly, right? Not just with any other field, because Web3 is very, very broad, right? So we'll constrict to trading particularly. So one of the very first myths is that with absolutely nothing, okay, I can scale from nothing to wealth in the shortest possible time. That is my first myth that I want to address. In fact, most of the people that I interact with, when they come to me, the very first thing they talk about is, oh, I don't have money, right? But I know this field, enormous opportunities. And I know that even with my nothing, I can scale through to a place of sustainability and wealth, right? That is the first myth. Okay. And I am here to discard it. It is never true. Okay. Whoever tells you that you can enter the space, especially the trading space, with absolutely nothing, skill and make it, was not entirely truthful. Okay. Now, let me give you an example, or better yet, an analogy. Okay. So you get to understand where I'm coming from. Capital is important when it comes to trading. Capital is absolutely important. In fact, okay, in we recently had a small discourse with regards to capital versus scale. Okay, within a very short circuit of my friends. Okay, and we're talking about it. And in conclusion, okay, we decided. No, in fact, we didn't decide. We both came to the resolve that scale without capital, okay, creates almost an impossible situation for you to scale to a place of sustainability. Now, everybody thinks you could just enter the space without proper structure and just scale and to a place of millions. But it does not work like that. Let me show you something. Okay. Now, imagine bet. All of you, nobody here is new to bet. So imagine sporty bet, right? Now, let me use dollar terms, right? So that everybody can just get it. So now you have $1, okay, and you have $500, okay. Now you know for a fact that the longer your betting slip, the longer your betting slip, okay, the less probable that the slip may win and you may make some money. Everybody knows this. Good. But immediately you know you have just $1, or let's say just 1 naira. You know for a fact that even if you get two sure odds and you put the 1 naira on it or your $1 on it, what you will be privy to make is just 2 naira or $2. Because you know for a fact that $2 or 2 naira is almost insignificant, what happens? You will take your 1 naira and you find odds of about 2,000 or 100 or 50, right? And you put your 1 naira on it because you want to grow the 1 naira to become something substantial and sustainable for yourself. The person with $500 does not have to go through that pain. So watch this. The person with $500 would be comfortable with two sure odds. And what would he do? He could just take out of his capital $50. He could take out of his capital $100, right? Place on it on this safe two sure odds and risk that as compared to your 200, the 200 odds or the 50 odds or your 100 odds that you have prepared out of your one. You see the difference in psychology and the difference in mindset with just these two people simply because of capital. So most of the people come into the space, they come with absolutely nothing and feel like their lives will change the next 6 months. And I am here to tell you it is not true. First myth demystified by me. I will move on to Lord Shiba. You get to mention a couple of myths that you have been open to, you have got to experience with some of your community and some of the friends you have in the space. Just touch on one or two myths that you have encountered in the space as well.
Okay, GM everybody, GM everybody listening, GM Sam, GM Peeps, GM Flames, and everybody listening in the house. So one of the things I want to talk about is copying signal. Now, as a newbie coming into the space, we believe that we need someone we need to look up to and copy whatever they are doing. But now this is where a lot of people get it wrong. Now, we tend to depend on that person, not putting your own personal effort to learn on your own. All right. So, when at the end of the day, some of the trade goes bad, you start crashing out. You understand? So, adding your own personal effort to learn things on your own is very, very, very important. As a newbie, watching YouTube videos, asking AIs, you don't really need to really, 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 really depend on that person because at the end of the day, if the person go offline for maybe for like 1 month or 2 months, that means you won't make money. So you have to wait for the person to come back online and then you start making money. And it's very, very, very bad if you are on that particular stage. I know we are all still learning, we are still new into the space, but you need to add your own, personal effort when it comes to trading. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. And I'm going to pass the mic back to Mr. Sam to, moderate this. Thank you.
Guys, I think there's something wrong with this connection. If you can hear me, kindly give me an emoji, like a reaction. Give me a reaction if you can hear me. Yeah, we can hear you clearly. Awesome. So I think there's something wrong with Shiba's network. So we'll just move on to Pips. Pips, talk to us. What are some of the myths in cryptocurrency or particularly in trading that you have come across throughout your years of experience?
Yeah, so I think Shiba was very clear. He was not ragging, so I'm thinking probably it's from your end because we heard him clearly. All right, so back to the topic in question. There are obviously lots of myths in the space, but I would like to center on two. So number one has to do with the fact that you need to take lots of trade in order to make lots of realized profits, and that essentially is not true. All right, there are people who take like 30 10 trades in a day, but at the end of the day all they are making is $20, while someone can just take one trade, a single trade, and at the end of the day make like $10,000. So essentially it comes down to the fact that you don't need to take lots of trades in order for you to make lots of money. And in our community, we see that we don't really take lots of trade because once you do that, the having the opportunity to be able to track all of them, check all of them, look at the confluences influencing all of them, it becomes a whole big issue. So the main thing is if you are taking few trades, you're taking few trades. You don't necessarily need to take lots of trades to make lots of money. Right? One single trade could make you huge gains, like good gains that even if you had decided to trade for an entire week, you wouldn't realize such an amount. So that is one of the key myths that you don't necessarily need to take lots of trade to make more money. All right. And number two has to do with the fact that it is too late for you to get into crypto. It is too late for you to learn futures trade. It is too late for you to explore a particular space within the crypto sector. It is never too late for you. Whether you are a newbie, whether you are into this sector and you want to migrate to futures, you want to migrate to this sector, sector A, sector B, within the crypto space, it is highly possible and it is never too late for you to get on board. All right. If you've been trading with small cap or small pot for a very long time and you want to scale up, it is never too late for you to scale up. There are lots and lots of opportunities in the space and nothing, there is no limitation for you. So wherever you are at whatever age you are at right now, there is a lot ahead. There are lots, thousands, millions, billions of opportunities within the space for you. There is a niche, there is something, there's a sector that you could explore from now. But all comes down to diligence. It comes down to you having that discipline, that willingness to sit, to study, and to go through the process. And once you've gone through all of these things, I believe for a fact that you're going to make lots and lots of money. All right, Sam, you can take over from there.
Thank you, Pips. Regarding what you just said, right? Your last point, it's never too late to learn about like crypto. It's never too late. I concur, right? So we do have somebody in our community. What's his name? I think Ovidos, right? Now Ovidos is 50 plus. Okay, and Ovidos is I'm trying to remember the country. He's from the Eastern European countries. Yes, Romania. Now Ovidos is from Romania. Ovidos is 50 plus years old. Okay, and this guy is basically new to crypto, and he's learning. You see, one of the things that you need to know is most of us are super young. It's one of the biggest opportunities that we do have as like as as a youth from Africa. We are young. We are young. It's one of our biggest advantages. It's one of our biggest edge. We are early. So listen, if we have people who are 50 plus, people who are 30 plus, people who would subject themselves to this process of learning, what makes you think you can't do it? If 50 plus people are doing it, what makes you think you, who is 18, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 30, 31, 35, 40, what makes you think you can't? And just to add, I do know somebody personally from Nigeria. She's female. Okay, I won't mention her name, right? She might actually be online listening, right? She's 40. Okay, she has a kid. Okay, right? She's learning about crypto. She's learning. She's subjected herself to the process because she saw the opportunity, but she knew that without preparation, the opportunity will do nothing but rob you of resources. So she subjected herself to the process and she is learning. 40 years old. 40 years old. Okay. I don't even want to get into the multiple females who have children, who are married with children, sometimes two, three, who are out there learning. So if you're here, you're in school. If you're here, you're working. If you're here, you're home. You don't even no, you don't even have a job. Just imagine what an hour a day of learning can do for you for the next month. Just 1 hour. Thank you, Peps. I really needed to iterate that. We have Flames on here. Flames, what are some of the myths that you have come across in the space? Now, Flames, kindly request the mic. And Lord Shiba, kindly see to
Yeah, I've
that.
been inviting Flames. I don't know why he's not accepting. He's listening. Flames, are you there?
Oh,
Yeah, he's up.
okay. So, Flames, talk to us about some of the myths you've encountered in the space.
I don't know. I think his network is struggling.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, most likely. So we'll get back to Flames on that. You said something. Okay, this is not a sub topic in any of the things that we decided that we're going to talk about, right? But you mentioned something pretty interesting, and I feel like it's good grounds for us to have a little bit of banter on. Both of you mentioned it, Tips mentioned it, and I think it's very interesting. Do you think everybody can learn crypto to a point of mastery? Is it possible for every single person who is interested in crypto to not just hone their skills in fundamental analysis? Because for the fundamentals, everybody can do it, but hone your skills in technical analysis that without any form of guidance, you can sit behind the PC by yourself. Okay, analyze charts, execute trades, and stay profitable for the longest period. Is it possible? Is it possible for every single person? Share your thoughts with me, Shiba.
Okay. So I will use myself as an example. Um,
Mhm,
when I started, I mean, next month is going to be 1 year. I officially started crypto trading, and when I started, I didn't have anybody to guide me. Nothing. There was nobody at all. I just learned the basic of crypto trading, and I just know how to place it, but I don't know how to analyze trade. So then I came across
mhm,
Pips, and I joined his community. From there, I started gaining some little knowledge about crypto trading, right? So there was a time he went offline for like 2 weeks. So I couldn't trade or do anything.
mhm,
So that was when I told myself, I was like, yo, Shiba, if you didn't do stuff for yourself, right? You're not going to make money in this
mhm,
space. So that was when I started taking
mhm,
trade without knowing technical analysis. I started taking trades on my own. Mind you, I made a lot of mistakes, but because I kept showing up every day with better risk management, I was able to last longer in the market. So I kept showing up every day, taking trades, taking losses, taking profit, taking losses, taking profit. And to be honest, this between last month and this month, I've been very, very profitable because of the kind of strategy I'm applying to my trades. So I believe anybody who stay locked in can be profitable without any guidance. Just put your body, mind, and soul to it, and it will work. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel anybody can do it. Anybody.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's an interesting point. I like that. What if let me give you an analogy, okay? But this is an analogy for which tips you would have to answer to. So we all came through the educational system, the formal educational system, and we're all in classes, right? And whenever the teacher would come, okay, a teacher will come into class. We have subject teachers. So we had one for math, we had one for science, we had one for RME, we had all of these things. You all know these things. And we're in class. The teacher taught us the same very things. But whenever it came to examination, we all had different results. Even amongst the brilliant folks, okay, there was still differences in their result outcomes. Nobody was, rarely would we see people scoring 99, 99, 99 all together, or maybe this and 87, 87, 87 all throughout. There was a little bit of differences. There were lots of variations. Yet we were in the same class with all of these people, right? Yet still produce different results. And somebody may have strengths in RME, but may have weaknesses in math. Somebody may be very, very, very strong in science, biology, but then may struggle with chemistry. Do you think there are inherent traits, okay, within an individual that makes him more culpable to becoming a better trader or not? Pips, that is for you.
Yeah, so there are a whole lot of things with regards to technicals that um well, what I believe in is that as a trader um you should try and know a lot of things. I mean, very simple basic things, you should know them with regards to technicals, whether it is ICT you want to use, whether it is SMC you want to use, whatever concepts or structure that works best for you. I believe in, I mean, get to know all of these things, what this, what that is, what a liquidity sweep is, what is a breaker block, what is an order block, what is FVG, like learn all of those things, right? Understand how they affect the market, understand how they work and all of that. Then you begin to back test, you begin to refine all of these things and find something that works best for you. Right now, to be in a capacity to teach people, obviously you should know a whole lot of things. But all these concepts with regards to the technicals, do I apply them? 90% of the time, I don't apply them. Right? Find what works best for you. Right? Find a strategy. Know all of them and apply them in the learning process. And as you are applying them, you begin to learn. You begin to look at, this is not working, or why didn't this work, why this, why that, a whole lot of things. There is a big call on X right now. He just made a tweet, I think few hours ago, somewhere last year. He made a post and then I commented that yeah, I think, like, he wanted to long something and I said, oh yeah, it looks very good, provided BTC um has maybe I think provided BTC gives us this 4H close or something. Then he replied that no,
It doesn't use BTC. BTC's movement doesn't affect alts. And I responded, I said, like, oh, okay. Well, I believe it does. I mean, it ended there. And for the past weeks, his trades have been hitting stop losses. I mean, all the trades he's been given, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. Then today he made a post that yeah, he made something. Then he said what I said last year, that oh, provided BTC and BTCD gives us this close, then odds are going to move. And I was like, you see, a year ago you were saying that it doesn't work and wanted us to go back and forth on that. So with time, the whole lot of things. Sometimes when I scroll on X, I see this person is dragging this person's chat, that oh, your chat is not good, it's not nice. Why are you looking to enter here? A whole lot of things. People, we must give that freedom for people to practice, for people to share their ideas. It should be a learning space for everyone. All right. There's no trader that has 100% win rate. From last week in our community, we've been winning back to all trades, giving us good profits. And yesterday we made a loss. All right. So we had a very good winning streak over many trades, giving us over 5-figure USD profits. Right. And just one trade took about 20% of the profits that we had made. So no one has 100% win rate, right? The technicals you are applying, they are good, but they won't always work. There are times they will not work. But whenever they don't work, what do? You check why didn't they work. It could be fundamentals, which is fine. It doesn't mean that whatever thing you did on the chart was wrong. It just means that fundamentals just displays whatever nonsense you had drawn on the chart. All right. Then you move beyond, and that is one of the key things Timberland is trying to champion. Right now, about 90% of traders are looking, if they don't know the technicals, they are looking to learn the charts, know what this is, draw lines on the chart. But Timberland is trying to push a narrative that is, let's go beyond the chart. And we started pushing narrative about order books, about order flows. And that is a sector, that is a space very few traders have explored. Very few traders are trying to navigate.
Pips,
All right.
sorry to interject. Okay. Um,
Mhm.
I think a bit of the question still remains unanswered. Okay. And I know where you are going, but a bit of the question, which happens to be, do people have inherent traits in them, like features? Do people have inherent things that they are born with naturally that makes them prolific traders as opposed to others? Is there any?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that is like that is one of the things in the space that I think we need to also bring a little bit of light to. Okay, everybody wants to
Okay.
be a trader. Okay, but the truth is, sustain can everybody acquire enough skills to be sustainable and profitable? Is it that sometimes that natural tendencies sometimes affect a trader's skill sets?
Yeah. So yes. So the answer to that is yes. It's yes. I can. Well, let me speak for myself. I can just look at a chart and know what to do without doing anything. So that is something that's inherent. All right. And I mean, it's been there even way from school. Okay, it's something that is already there. It's a natural thing. So there are natural traits that can affect a trader's ability. All right. So if you remember from school, I could recite chapters, even my textbooks. I could just read them, and once I'm done, I could just say them again. My whole textbook. So I have that thing. So I could look at the chart and know where all of these things are and then start trading. I don't need to um I don't need to draw anything. I just know where the direction of the market is going just by looking at the chart. And that is something that is inherent. For another person, it might not be like that. The person would have to draw all of those things and then, now take the trade. So there are natural tendencies, there are traits that could help a trader with regards to analyzing the market. I hope that answers the question.
Yes. So that means that we can all go through what you are saying. From what you are saying, okay, it means we can all be in the same class, okay? We can all have the same teacher, okay? And we can all learn the same things. But at the end of the day, when we sit behind the chat would resonate differently with people, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Good. So you can teach, let's say, the use of one particular indicator, right, to 7 people and give these 7 people a test using that same very indicator, yet the results will be different. Now, I want to ask a follow up question on this. You see, I want us to demystify a lot of other things, right? So I want to add up a follow up question because we know there is a technical aspect to trading. It's not just fundamentals, technical, where you have to learn this, you have to learn this, where when you see this and this, it means this and this, where there are confluences used for confirmations and all of these things, right? All of these things. Can we conclude that people can learn how to be traders, to be very, very good traders, but at the end of the day, to gain mastery, that is, even after you have learned the technical aspect of it, in order for you to gain mastery and build a stronger resonance with charts, it would take you possibly a longer time than somebody who has a natural tendency for it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yeah. We can't hear you.
yeah, is it okay now?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was saying yes to your question. There are people whose natural tendencies can affect their learning process. They could, catch up with things within some few minutes, right? Of just practice. They see you doing it and they can just easily replicate it and it sticks with them. There are people you would have to teach it over and over and over and over and over before they finally get it. So natural tendencies do affect a trader's ability to be able to gain mastery. But again, it comes down to that trader. Their discipline level, whether they are really willing and ready to grasp whatever thing that is being taught.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Peps. Flings, is have you fixed your network?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to answer the question. Talked about meats that's new holders face. So that was when I was rubbing. So yeah, GM guys and GM to the speakers in this space. So one of the meats that I feel like most traders also um think is a must do for them is most beginners think that you have to watch the charts all day. And I don't think that is right. I know of several people who I'll still call them beginner traders though, who sit in front of their screen in front of the chart for 8 to 10 to 15 hours a day. They didn't learn anything. They just monitor the charts. Oh, this country is going this way. Market is about to buy. Oh, this market is going this way. It's about to sell. They just watch the candle that way, thinking they will get better trading. And that is a very wrong way of thinking. Majority of people stare at the charts and it creates impulsive trades. They just make emotional decisions and unnecessary entries, which makes majority of these beginner traders lose money more. So, and the basic, in fact, the thing that most profitable traders do, they don't even need to spend too much hours on the charts. Because most profitable traders spend, I think, less than 4 hours each day to analyze the market. And the reason is because these traders know what they're waiting for and they know the direction of the market, just like what Pips Alpha said. So trading is something that needs to be planned. You wait for it to come to you and you execute. Don't react to the market. You just wait and let it go as you plan. And also, another thing I was about to buttress is about win rate. And people, majority of traders also thinks win rate is everything in trading. And that is one of the most dangerous misconceptions that people have in trading, because most beginners always want that strategy that gives 80 to 90%. They'll come to me, oh, I want to join your channel. What is your win rate? You people win in your trading. And that is, I don't think that is even what trading means. Trading is not about how you have a high amount of win rates while trading, because even win rate alone is absolutely nothing if you don't have a risk to reward ratio. Risk to reward ratio, let me break that down. Risk to reward simply means, for people who don't know what it means, maybe risk is simply how much you can lose and reward is how much you can gain, right? So for example, you risk $100 and you make $300. That simply means 1 to 3 risk to reward. So that's basically where the real math in trading is. You don't need to have, oh, I risked $100 and I used it to make $8,000. It doesn't work that way. That's gambling, and it's not even common like that. So majority of beginner traders, newbies, always want a trading style that gives them these huge win rates, and that is even the wrong way to think. So if let's give an example, trader A who has a win rate of like 90%, risk $100 and reward is $20, take 10 trades and you have one loss. Now imagine if that person have more than 3 losses at a time. They'll say this person is an unprofitable trader. Or that, not knowing that this person is the kind of person that he risks small to make small. And that is actually a consistent type of trader, not the kind of person that the kind of people that you see that, oh, they give this large risk to reward ratio kind of trades. And you think, oh, yes, this is what really wants. And even in this kind of market, it's actually very, very, very better and preferable to take trades that the risk to reward ratio is very minimal. If you think you can enter this market, or just because you're seeing this different kind of handles that just give this god count and think, oh, this is the kind of trade I want, it is very, very rare for you to see that kind of setups. So stick to a trading style that gives a consistent and an easy to get kind of risk to reward ratio. And also, I was going to talk about you were asking about technical analysis, if it's very important to trade.
Wait. Let me ship this thing in simply because you brought it up, okay? And I'll allow the speakers to also give their view on it. How should we analyze a good trader? Okay, because you did mention that win rate is not the most important thing. Yes, I do agree. Okay, but now, what are we telling the space a good trader is? Who is a good trader? Please define who a good trader is for me.
Myself, right? I train to the
You.
to others.
So starting from you.
Okay, to know who a good trader is, like just like I gave the example I gave about win rates, right? So if you, let's say for instance, a kind of trader that gives trades on the risk to reward ratio, or I was given an example of risk to reward ratio. For example, a trader that you follow whose win rate is 90%, and let's say for instance you take a trade of $100 and the reward is $20. So if they are taking consistent trades like 10 trades and 9 wins gives like 180, one loss is like 100. So that total power should be around, let's say 80. Now we now imagine 2 losses, that's like 8 wins, that gives 162 losses. That trader losing more money, despite losing 80%, is actually the kind of trader that has a high win rate. but with a consistent profit taking strategy. Do you guys get? So most people actually prefer traders that most professional traders rather they prefer the win rate that is minimal. That's 30 to 50% win rate, not large percentage win rate, because most of the time I don't think it's actually achievable in this kind of market. So because a few big trades can cover small losses. So that reduces the emotional pressure on traders, and it reduces the need for you to be right at all time when you're taking trades. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes. So you're saying that big because I mean most of the corporate traders, because they have, let's say, large portfolio sizes, their wins always seem to cover the losses that they make.
Yeah.
Good. Now hold on. I'll get back to you.
Right.
Shiba, who would you consider a good trader?
Okay. GM once again. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Okay.
Kindly, if you are not speaking, you kindly mute yourself. Flames, Pips, um, Shiba. So let's.
Okay. So first of all, I totally agree with what Flames said. A good trader is someone who protects their capital and stays consistent. All right. A good trader is somebody who manages risk consistently, manage risk properly, stays consistent, discipline, manage losses and emotions, because it's very, very important. You can't be following somebody who does not know how to manage their emotions when they are at loss. All right. A good trader is somebody who follows a clear strategy, focus on long-term growth, not someone who is focused on quick profit, which it might work one or two trade, then the fourth and the fifth one might just go bad, and it damages their portfolio. So I feel a good trader is somebody who is very, very consistent, and and also focus on long term, not just short term profit, and at the end of the day they blow their account. So personally, that's what I think a good trader is.
Yes, I like that. So basically, you're saying a good trader is a disciplined trader, right? Because
Yes.
you mentioned capital preservation. Capital preservation is one of the benefits of a disciplined trader. Every disciplined trader knows for a fact that capital preservation is primus, is first, right? Especially when you get behind the charts. The first thing you're looking at is not how much will I be making. No, profit making comes second to to capital preservation. I like that. So basically, you're not emotional. You're not making emotional decisions. That is who you call a good trader. Thank you, Sheba. Pips, who would you call a good trader?
Yeah. So, um, I mean, it comes down to your ROIs, right? Because recently I met some top corporate traders in the country, and speaking with them, these are people, top traders. I mean, very top traders in the country. And in a whole year, all right, as corporate traders, in a whole year, their task is to make 5% ROI on whatever thing like capital they're handling in an entire year for 360 whatever days. Their task is to make 5% ROI. So sometimes we are the ones that are stressing ourselves. While the people that are really making it big, they are just looking at very small percentage um profits. Of course, we could argue that it's 5% because they are handling millions of dollars and all of that. Yes, but the idea is what is your approach? Do you want to overexpose or you want to stay conservative? So that is also a key factor we should consider. But in my opinion, it's just based on the ROI and also on the fact that whether you are zooming out the to look at it on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, or a yearly basis. All right. I want to grow my capital by 5% every week. I want to grow my cap by 10% every month, right? So irrespective of whatever thing that is happening, whether you are winning, you are losing, at the end of that period, you've realized your 5%, your 10%. So you set those targets and you zoom out. You always have to zoom out and look at growth in a long term um I mean perspective. Once you zero down and you're looking at, hey, this today I've lost plenty, today I've lost, then all of these things will just mess up your whole psychology. We don't win every day. There are days we lose, right? But once you zoom out and look at it on a weekly or monthly, or you could do quarterly. It depends on you. Once you zoom, and that is one of the key things I learned from them. They zoom out and then they look at, maybe this month it didn't go well, but another month they would make good profits because they are looking at it on a quarterly basis. So month one didn't go well, month two, three went very well, such that it has covered whatever loss they incurred in month one, and at the end of the first quarter they've reached their targets. All right. So that, in my opinion, would be, a good trader.
Awesome. Now help me understand it, because we are also talking about you're talking about time frames. Okay, so you're saying that a good trader does not look at the short term upside. The good trader is always looking long term, right? Awesome. If that is the case, what about we who are amateurs, beginners in the space, and we do not literally know enough? If we want to assess, if what do we see? Because from all of these things, that most of the points that you guys have given, okay, Shiba, with what you mentioned, discipline, we can't see the discipline. Okay, we are the audience. We are not behind the scenes with these traders. We don't know what is going on there. Okay, you are talking about looking at things from a long-term perspective, quarterly, weekly, something, right? That is also awesome. But how can we Flames, you mentioned it's not necessarily about win rate. Okay, good, agreed. So how do we, the audience, how do we see that this guy is a good trader? How are we able to filter between those that actually understand trading from those who are just playing around or just gambling? Please, you have just like a minute to address this. Don't take too long. There's so much for us to unpack in the space. So please make your answers pretty short and simple. Thank you. Um, Pips.
Yeah. So, for everyone who follows us, is it correct English? Who follow us? Or yeah, something like that. For everyone who has been following us, you know that our approach is conservative when there is no clarity in the market, right? So we have that approach. We are always looking at BTC, BTCD to form our directional bias, and looking at 4H closes and providing updates on trades. So, from my perspective, you look at a trader who assesses the market, gets the general overview of the market direction, looks for confluence to back whatever thing he wants to do, could explain the reasons behind taking whatever trade he or she is taking, and provides updates as and when there is anything that invalidates the setup, right? So it's not necessarily giving you a TP and then hopium that, oh, it will hit, it will hit, it will hit. No, setups get invalidated. So you follow someone, or you look at a trader who, who does all of these things, who can give you a market update, who can tell you, you look at all of those things, not just I giving a setup, this is the entry, this is the TP, this is the SL, let it run. If TP hits, fine. If SL hits, fine. No, the market, that is not like that, right? You
20
play
seconds
range
more.
by range. So look for someone who plays the range, and not someone basically who just giving you on unrealistic targets, because like some would say, the market is not for your father.
Exactly. Anyways, thank you, Pips. Flames, what would you say the audience should look out for for us for a good trader?
Okay, just to buttress what Pips Alpha said, we should look at the consistency of the traders and the transparency. Just like he said,
I love that.
would give trades, someone would give trades and give the bias behind such trades, not just the one that does give the trades and abandon you to just figure out when to exit or when to close or take profits in such trades. And also risk management and discipline is also what differentiates emotional gamblers from professional traders. These are traders that follow strict trading plan that respect stop loss, not traders that will tell you, I open my stop loss, I left my stop loss open. No, these are traders that enter trades with strict trading plan and only if their criteria is met. Like for instance, if the trade hits your limits or if the trade misses your limits, then that trade is an invalidated trade. These are kind of traders that you should know. Not traders that takes impulsive trades or revenge trading or traders that ignore stop loss. That stop loss is also one of the important things that you should also look out to. Not sure that or if they're kind of if they see like this about that stop loss, they'll be like, oh, let's adjust our stop loss. No. And also traders um that position sizing, that know how to size their trades well based on the risk tolerance and account size. Not please don't and also those who are not carried away by the leverage, all those the leverage kind of trading.
In fact, I love this.
Like
I love that point. I really love it. Leverage.
so using maximum leverage, risking 10 to 50% of their accounts, whereby one move can wipe away their portfolio. Those are those are the bad traders. But the good ones and professional ones are the traders that takes trades with good risk size, risk tolerance, and they understand that protecting capital is important than chasing.
But Flams, they said no rigs, no Lambo. So how can we buy Lambo if you don't max bid?
Mm. They talk about every day. There is no good trader in the space, okay, who is transparent and does not have integrity. If the person is transparent enough, then you should know that somebody like this will not run away with your money. It's one of the things. In fact, I've started entering into the scam. In fact, that's fine. So Flynn said leverage. Okay, watch leverage as well. A good trader is not somebody who is over leveraging. Okay, because some of you guys in the space, what you people like to see is 100x, 200x, and PNLs of 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. I mean, these are the things that moves you. These are the things that pulls you. You are attracted to all of these things, but you do not know that that is literally super wrong. In fact, most of the people who are max bidding, they are over leverage. All these things are wrong, fundamentally wrong. And most of these executions of trades that are based on such adverse risk limits, what they do is that their account may survive it, but you as an audience, you as a beginner, you may not survive it. So if you really want to know a good trader, check their P&Ls. Listen, if you're dealing with professionals, you will not see all these outrageous P&Ls. Yeah, 3,000, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, 12,000. Bro, it is not an achievement. The fact that your PNL in such a short, if it's not caused by maybe manipulation, right? If it's not a manipulation that you caught, and it is actually like a random, a random, a random coin or token that you invested that you decided to short or long, that is one of the sure signs to show that you are not trading professionally and I cannot learn from you. Anyways, we'll give Shiba the last take on what to look out for if you want a good trader or a mentor to learn from. Kind be brief.
Okay,
Brief. It has to be brief.
okay. Basically, Pips and Flames, and also you have basically touched every single part of it. which the most important thing that you've said already is, somebody who is very, very transparent. On the city, we know a lot of people usually fake their PNLs just to deceive people. So we need more, people who are very, very transparent with what they do. That's how we can identify, a good trader. A lot of people, are not really, really transparent. So we don't really know how they take their trades, and, they just come on the city and just post fake PNL. So we really, really need to be very careful of those kind of people and follow the right people. All right. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Shiba. Thank you, Shiba. So we'll move to the next subtopic. In fact, we've addressed a couple of things. I hope you guys are learning and enjoying the space. Right? There shall be giveaways. Okay, just so you know, there shall be giveaways. If you have a friend somewhere who is interested in trading, share the link with them. Let them join us. Let them learn something. Right? And let them stand the chance of winning something. Okay, walking away with something. Okay, we love to give back. It's something that crypto has taught many of us, okay, to give back to the community. Okay, it's a beautiful practice. Now we want to address the topic of scams in cryptocurrency. Okay, not in fact when I say cryptocurrency, way too broad. No, we want to we want to expose some of the scams in trading Africa trading communities. We want to address some of those things, right? And I'll start with something very brief. It's very brief. Our speakers have a lot to say about these things. So I'll just talk about this. Do you know that there are editing apps out there? Are you aware that AI has made it extra easy for you to manipulate figures, for you to manipulate images? Are you aware that 90% of the PNLs of your so-called mentors, 90% of the withdrawal messages, $10,000, $15,000, $12,000, P2P. Are you aware many of all of those things which happens to be confirmations of their supposed winnings are fabricated? Are you aware? Are you aware that there are actual softwares that not so long ago, okay, a brother was introducing me to, was like showing me that that there's this app there. You take this, it goes there to give you this. You can take a screenshot, and from that screenshot, you can take away this. You can change the figures. You can change the figures. You can change the figures, but make sure it correlates with the percentage. There was a brother that was literally showing me these things. Show me about two, three different apps. So if there's anything, okay, you need to be extremely careful. That is why you cannot be driven away just by PNLs. Just by PNLs. No, you can't be. So one of the major scams in the space is editing, software editing apps that are used to manipulate PNLs, withdrawal messages, and so on and so forth. Um, I would let Shiba start with this. Shiba, talk to me about some of the scams you've encountered or some of the scams you've noticed in the space.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So one of the first scams I've noticed in this space is people who come to your DM to say, I can manage your money for you. Give me some money, and I will handle it for you. I'll give you some returns. I've experienced it. I know how many people who have DM me about some codes, popular codes on this space, who, they usually goes to people's, especially newbies that are looking for quick profit. So they go to these people's DM, tell them, oh, if I need you to give me $1,000, I'll trade for you. And every week there is a $200 guaranteed. And at the end of the day, when they give these people their money, they don't reply again. And they, even no matter how you try to drag those type of people, you won't even get the audience because you don't even have any followers to help you, push the post. So those type of people is what you should avoid as a newbie. You should focus on, developing your own self. And secondly, signal sellouts. There are a lot of people who sell signal with no track record, which is very, very, very dangerous. Before I joined Simbaland, I've been following since, I think, since around April. by this time last year, I was following, I was watching his track record, I was learning, before I officially even joined the community. So I've seen the track record. I was already learning from him. So these are the kind of people you should follow. It's not people who post crazy PNLs and deceiving you just to take your money. You know, it is very, very, very important to know who you want to, take as your mentor. Just like you've already said on fake PNLs. There was a time as a last year where I usually feel bad because I wasn't getting high percentage PNL like the people in the space, and it took me a lot of time to understand that it's not about how many percent your PNL is hitting before you make good profit. Then people is can confirm. I usually use 50x leverage, 100x leverage. I want to, compete. I don't know that some of these people are just deceiving us. So I know a lot of newbies are in these shoes where they really feel bad that, oh, look at this person is hitting 20x, hitting 50x. Oh, how do I recreate this? Meanwhile, they don't know that you don't need those type of crazy amount of percentage before you gain good profit. So you should be careful of those type of people and try as much as possible to work on your psychology. You need to block all those noise. Just try as much as possible to work on yourself on that. So I think these are the few points I just want to, the point and lead the floor for Flee.
Thank you, Shiba. Thank you, Shiba. So Shiba is saying basically that be careful. Okay, the fact that somebody is making 2,000 PNL on a single trade does not mean that you should feel any type of pressure. You should look at them and say, what am I doing? You see, and it's something that has been happening in the space a lot. In fact, almost everybody is a victim. Okay, but do you know what it points out to you? Listen, all these treats that you start experiencing when you start seeing people who have like huge PNLs, people who are making huge amount of monies, and you see, there's something inside you that whispers. Those traits should tell you that your emotions are incredibly active, and that particular part of your emotion is greed. Is greed. And you know what greed does? It fucks up your entire trading psychology and your entire trading game. When you look at somebody's PNL and you go like, damn, I wish that was me. Damn, I need to do this. Damn, Charlie, I need to log. Charlie, hey, people are cashing out. This, Charlie, the kind of money that people are making, I need to join. When you start feeling like that voice, you see that voice in your head, okay, at the back of your subconscious, that is whispering that, hey, Charlie, I need to lock in more. Charlie, people are cashing out, oh, based on what you are seeing somewhere else. You see, those things, that is the voice of greed. And let me tell you for a fact that immediately you lean on that particular voice, okay, nothing about your trading game would work. You will not have longevity in the space because you fasten your pace. What you do not know is that growth has different and varieties of pace based on individual differences. So the things that may take Lord Shiba, okay, that will take Shiba, let's say, 10 days to learn, okay. For me, it might take me a month, 30 days, okay. If instead of sticking to my system of growth pace, which happens to be 30 days, instead of sticking to it, if I see Sheba in 10 days doing things that I am supposed to be doing at 30 days, okay, if I look at his progress and I allow that to influence my pace of growth, that exactly is where the greed is. That exactly is why I will fail. Do you get me? That voice. But you see, it is an indication to you because the fact that that voice spoke to me that because I have seen Shiba making this huge progress in 10 days, I should rather cut off my growth learning phase to maybe 15 days instead of working out my whole 30 days. Okay, I will end up insufficient to handle what trading is really about. And that is one of the things. Analyzing your own growth rate. Okay, Pips, talk to us about scams. Then from you, please try and summarize. Okay, please try and summarize. Then from you, we have please.
Yeah. So I think about what Shiba talked about. Um is there is real. People take people's money and then they just flee. Um, yeah. So I mean, it's essentially you should. Uh, there was something I wanted to talk about. I just yeah. So essentially, you should just play safe, stay safe in the space. Look for people who are credible. Um, and I mean, follow them. You could ask questions. I also believe in people giving people the room, the opportunity for them to be able to ask questions. And so look for such an environment where there's that freedom, that flexibility, to be able to voice out, to ask questions, give suggestions, all of those things. Yeah, I mean, an environment that fosters growth or that influences your growth as a trader.
Okay, thank you, Pips. Um, uh, I'm cutting you short. It's intentional. Hey, Flames, hit us with some of the scams you know about.
Okay. Just like Lord Shiba mentioned, that was about the people that they ask you to give them their funds. In fact, I never even knew those people existed until lately. That was like late last year. And some things happened to some people close to me. I was like, all these so-called idolos, I mean, they're not really idolo, but they are people that they claim to know how to trade, they're making money. Then they go into people's inbox and they'll be like, oh, maybe because you are in their channel or something, they'll be like, you have money to trade. And I've seen this so-called idolos collect money from them, and the money was amounting to almost $100,000. Even that person that I knew was scammed of almost, I think, 25K. Yeah, $25,000. And before you know it, they start giving excuses. Oh, we blew the funds. Please, you guys should always be aware of such people. Um, for you to know if someone is legit, they would never come to your inbox first for such things. I don't do such. I don't DM people for anything. So you should know these people are the real from the fake. They don't come to your inbox and ask you for funds that we can trade for you for a certain return. That's one thing. And also, I think is this the fake bureau thing that they sell dreams, blah blah blah. I think that was even more common than before. So we all know what's going on the timeline, how these people market themselves. They call themselves trading experts. They sell strategies to you people. They'll be like, come and buy our courses, mentorship, blah blah blah. Come and copy our trades, and you make more money. Oh, I funded an account, then $800. Before you know it, you're asking $1,000, blah blah blah. All those ones that are doing those, posting those things once back to back without proof. And also, you don't see people that are with them, or let me say, their mentees, replicating such wins. That are replicating, at least you're seeing progress. Those are people we should beware of. These people are there to rely on the payments that they get from the people. Even if you even try to pay the money, you will get no value. You will just see that it is just dreams they sell for you, or this person doesn't have substance. So those are the kind of people you should also beware of. These greedy idol that sells, cause the red flags you should just note and beware of is the lifestyle. They post more of lifestyle over the process they take in. I mean, in being successful at one trade or the other. If you see people that post more lifestyle, beware of them. And people that guarantee profits, yes, those that guarantee profit, that, oh, you will make so amount of money on this particular trade, because nobody nobody papa get market. Why will you be promising that you can make such amount of money while taking trades? And they're making it they're making giving you the impression that to trade is easy. Nah, those are the fake people that you should beware of.
I like
What's
that.
how to just protect yourself?
I like that. Flames, I like that. In fact, it was one of the things that I was about to even get into. People who sell lifestyles, Benz, they are driving Range Rover, sports cars, Rolex watches, luxury living. Listen, all of those things. Every time, let me show you something. It's one of the surest way to know that somebody is trying to scam you. Okay, is
Exactly.
when they are selling you lifestyle. If they are selling you lifestyle, then it means they are the product. Listen. if you are selling something, okay, if we are trying to tell people that we are good, okay, we are good in trading, what we would be showing you is we'll be showing you technical and we'll show you analysis, our bias, what it is based on. We'll show you the reasons why we are longing, we are doing this, we are doing this. We'll show you charts, we'll show you things like that. We'll share learning materials and all of those things. When we start to override these things with lifestyle, okay, lifestyle, flashy cars, houses. I bought a new car. I bought a this. I bought a this. I bought. Immediately, the person starts to move in that terrain. You should know that the person is advertising themselves as the product. So it should make you question whether the person is really about what they say they are about. Because if I say I am a farmer and I am not showing you, if I say I have a farm and I can teach you to farm and I'm not showing you my farm, I'm not showing you the procedures, I'm not showing you the facilities I'm using, but every single time I keep showing you what I am using my farm money to buy. You see, there's a psychological thing, right? It's called confirmation bias. Let me educate you. Uh, sorry. Let me educate you. Okay, there's something we call a confirmation bias, right? There's this psychological thing that our brain does. Okay, whenever you see somebody is rich, okay, the first thing you look out for is you look out for physical features. You are looking out for material things that may attest to that. Okay, so when they come and they show you or they post all these edited PNLs, okay, on their stories, on their socials, and you buy into it or you're getting convinced that, oh, this guy is really, really like making it. Oh, okay, the next thing they do is that they add the lifestyle, fast cars. They add they listen, they can go higher itself. In Dubai, there's something that they've been doing with the codes, the crypto codes. Recently, one of my former employees was telling me about it. I used to work for a VC company, right? Some European based VC company. So Alex, okay, his name. He was telling me about some of these things that has been happening in Dubai. Okay, we have crypto codes who come, okay, all what they do, they hire cars. They hire the cars, right? They take pictures in them, they do whatever flashy things, they can take videos and pictures and enough media to cover a whole year. They will go to restaurants, order nothing, sit there, buy water, right? Take enough media from there. They would they would get a yacht. Okay, get a yacht party, participate, take videos, and all of this ex- private jet. They'll do all of these things, and listen, they'll compile all of these activities sometimes for months. This is enough content for months. Okay, and you know what they do? They dish it out to you slowly. They dish it out to you slowly. They dish it out to you slowly. So now what happens is a confirmation bias. Once you start seeing that lifestyle, automatically your brain is telling you that, oh, Omo, these people may be making it too. And once that is set in your mind, you would start to go purchase their stuff. And that is where they get you. That's where your money goes. That is where you enter, you realize that, oh, okay, so this guy, he's no guru like that. Oh, this guy, he is not as insightful. Ah, now this guy, is this how he treats? This is normal. This, everybody can do it. You see, you enter after you have lost your money. Then you start to see, oh, okay. So it is not like it seems. So you have to be very, very careful. Every single time you see anything with regards to lifestyle, okay, the person portrays more lifestyle than the actual product of trading materials, trading insight, then you should have reasons to question the person. Because then why are you selling yourself so much? Sell the knowledge. Don't sell yourself, sell the knowledge. But they sell themselves because part of the you are part of their product. You are the part of the things that they want. Your money is part of it. So they need to sell themselves more. So be very, very, very careful when it comes to that. Okay, people who sell you lifestyles. And also there's a deranged, let me just add this. There's a deplorable mindset that Africans have with regards to wealth. Okay, it's deplorable. And it's deeply psychological because the African child, okay, is overly obsessed with material things. Overly obsessed. It does not make any sense. The young kid is looking out for a car to buy. The young kid is looking out for a Benz, is looking out for a Range Rover. The person is looking to like go buy bottles. He's trying to flaunt, like, the African kid is overly obsessed with material things. You see, it's part of the reasons why we are so susceptible to scams like this. Okay, because deeply rooted inside of you, what you want to use the money for is to go and buy a car. Deeply rooted inside of you, what you want to go and use the money for is to go and buy a flashy phone. Deeply rooted inside of you, what you want to go buy is some new shoes, go pop bottles in club and show everybody that Charlie you did. But it is not the same when it comes to other natives. Look at the whites. It's always almost different. You can see a white person and you can almost have no idea that this guy is extremely rich. Look at them. Look, haven't you seen them? Look at them. Look at the whites. In fact, let me give you a more practical example. You see the Chinese and the Indians that have infiltrated Africa, most of them are business owners. I'm talking about these people are handling millions of money. These people are big. Have you seen the cars they are using? You see the Indian using an i10. These hunchback cars, these Uber boat cars. You see Indians using it. Listen, the last time, the last time I went out to a restaurant, right? A Thai restaurant, and there's this like native there, this Asian native there, right? And I got into conversation with him because it was a new place, but the place was so beautiful, right? So I was wondering, Charlie, where did the money come from, the investors and all of that? And they told me, oh, the guy was telling me in that, oh, there are some foreign investors, they came, they established the business and all of those things. I'm like, okay, cool, cool. So I asked, so whose car is that? Because I didn't see any flashy car outside. So I was curious. I asked, whose car is that? It was a hatchback. One of those cars they use for Uber. Uber. I asked, they said that is the man's car. That's the car he drives. And he can drive that proudly with his family. He can drive that proudly with his family, but not the African child. The African child makes 10,000, 20,000. He's going to look for something. He's going to look for a second-hand BMW or a second-hand Benz or something to buy. Like, the African child is overly obsessed with material things, things which brings no significant impact on their own lives. Simply because deeply inside of them, that child, okay, has a very deplorable mindset that needs reprogramming. It's part of the reasons why we can't even make money, because we feel like the slow sure way to be making money is false or is erroneous in our minds. Okay, if it is not quick money, if it is not fast money, then it is not worth making it or worth getting into it. So most of the people got into the space and they are thinking that we got into the space because we want to be doing exactly the things that we are seeing all these gurus do. We want to do the Benzes, then pop the bottles and get some girls and some flashy phones and things. Like, we almost all, but then you make money, right? You could even improve the life of your mom. You don't even do that. You could help your your cousin. You could help your sister set up a shop. Okay, you would not do that. You could easily purchase a land. You would not do that. I mean, you see these things, very, very erroneous. We'll get into it. Anyways, that is about the scams. Okay. Stop following lifestyle. Stop following lifestyle. Right. So now let's get to some of the truths. Um, Shiva, what would you say is the biggest truth you have come to uncover in crypto?
Okay, so one of the truths I've come to discover in trading is trading is not a quick money making machine, because that's what a lot of newbies get it wrong. And I understand that, most of these idolos, they sold a lot of, dreams to us that, yo, if you come to this space, you'll make 100,000, not, instead of them to, explain how the process work, be transparent to them that, yo, this is how it is. But instead they sell you a lot of dreams and you come into the space with a lot of expectation, and at the end of the day you get disappointed because it is not what you were expecting. You thought that maybe immediately you got to this page, you start making $1,000, 5,000, 10,000, and at the end of the day you get very, very disappointed. And another truth again is losses is normal. I don't get me wrong, but losses is important to help your psychology, it helps you, sit back and reflect on what you did wrong, so that in your next trade you'll be able to, you'll be able to fix up some of your mistake and, adjust. So it's very, very important, because you can't be winning all the time. Even as a newbie, if you are winning all the time, the day you are going to take a loss, your whole psychology is going to be destroyed. So losses is important when it comes to trading. Then consistency beats big wins. If you are consistent, let's say you are making $10 every day, it's better than that the other person who wants to make $100 in a single day, which the following day he might lose $50, the third day lose $20, another day, it's not consistent, and at the end of the day, he might end up blowing his account. But if you are consistently making, a little amount of money, but you are consistent with it, it's better than one big win. So that's what I think. And risk management is everything. Knowing how to manage your risk is very, very, very important. If you are managing a $10 portfolio, focus on trying to, improve yourself, not looking for big profit. Pips can bear me witness. He was the first person I messaged when I started last year, because I was so worried that I came into this space. I've been training for 2 weeks and I've not been able to make $5. What is going on? And I see other people flaunting their PNLs another day. And he told me once that you focus on, risk management. Even if you are getting $1 on a single trade, it's better. So that way you'll be able to last longer in the game. And with that experience, you'll be able to grow. So risk management is very, very important. And I held on to that statement. And it's one of the things that, really, really helping me. I'm not really blowing my account like that. No matter how I trade and I hit a stop loss, I must always have an amount to, scale up again. So it's very, very important we, manage our risk. So I think these are the few points of mine. So I'll just leave the ground for other people to speak. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shiba. Those were amazing truths. We just have to keep ringing it long and hard and consistent enough so everybody will have this at the back of their heads. Keep in mind there will be giveaways. Shiba, you have giveaways. Flames, you have giveaways. Yes, everybody, all of you, you have giveaways. So whatever you choose to do with it on your space, it is all up to you. So we at Summerland, we will have some giveaways, and based on the number. In fact, based on the number, if by the end of this, if by the end of this piece, if we are over 80 people, okay, Simbaland will sponsor about 15 people. Okay, 15 people fully from our funds would help sponsor you guys. 15 people will sponsor people. 15 of them will pick 15 traders that are eager to learn. Okay, that have some base knowledge and that have a little bit of capital, because we are not about to do anything for you for free. No. Okay, no, we won't do that. Okay, we'll test your resilience, we'll test your tenacity, we'll test your determination. If you really want to make it in the space, we'll see. Right, we had one of our biggest payouts almost recently, somewhere around last 2 weeks. So we plan that for this particular space, we will sponsor about 15 people with something, with some capital, not just capital, but with opportunities to scale and to make some real money in the space. Let's get back to the space. So we are talking about some of the truths you have uncovered during your time in the space. Now, Flames, talk to us.
All right. So, one of the truths in trading is mostly, to let you know that trading is mostly psychology, right? Um, what does that mean? It's easy to, to read charts and to, to do a prediction of where the market is moving to, but price moves in patterns And also price moving patterns people can learn, right? You can learn the technical aspects of the charts, but people should also know that the real challenge is in the control of the mind. That is a psychological aspect. Trading is mostly psychology. You need to be able to understand that trading, you're trading against big guys. You're trading against institutions. You're trading against people that are smarter, that they use systems, they use advanced systems to move the market. So you should also understand the psychology of trading. And that is where the challenge is always laid at. And things like emotions, fear, greed, impatience, and at times overconfidence usually drives in most losses and makes people to, to feel trading is a scam. But the truth is, the psychology is very important in trading. Example of the psychological traps that people also experience is this thing, FOMO, fear of missing out. Whenever you see that people are winning, you just act on impulse, you enter trade. When at a very bad entry, you enter trade because everyone else is posting P&Ls, everyone else is talking about it. That is also one of the things that we should also learn to caution. And also revenge trading is also one of the psychological aspects that we should also work on. Revenge trading, trying to make back if you had a loss on certain trades, you always want to go back immediately. And do you know that I've never seen revenge trading that is successful. I'm not seeing it. Most of the time, revenge trading leads to bigger losses. Most of the time. And also, I also mentioned overconfidence. Yeah, like overconfidence. That's maybe after you've had some few wins. The psychological part of trading should tell you that you should not take reckless trades thinking that you are the guru of the market. You are invincible. So the truth is, even the best strategy actually fails if the trader psychology is weak. I'll repeat it. Best strategies fails if the trader's psychology is weak. We should always know that trading is mostly psychology. And also, I want to, one of the truths as well that I would like to let you know is that the market is a liquidity game. What does that mean? It simply means that professional traders, the gurus, they understand that the large institutions are what move the market. Do you get that? And retail traders like us, I would say like us, like you and me, are the ones that provide liquidity to the markets. So stuffs like this stop loss on all these fake out and liquidity sweep, they exist because the market is structured to allow the big players, that's the whales, the big guide institutions, to enter and exit perfectly. So with that, it also falls back and that psychology aspect that I talked about. So example of this security game is also when you see that you set stop loss at obvious areas where you know that you feel like the markets where you feel like the market's reversed, and these are the areas that these whales, the big players, the market makers, obviously want a stop loss to seek liquidity where we set our stop losses at. So even stop loss where you set a stop loss are also liquidity for the market makers. So that is also that is also why we also need to study. I'll talk about that if I'm given a chance later. And also, you should also know that trading is about consistency. But most of the time, consistency might be boring to people. Consistency in what sense? Whereby you, excuse me, whereby you are taking trades consistent profit, not trades that are taken with one large win, one large loss, one another loss, another win. No, trading is consistent. It might be boring, but if you have a consistent and a target win target daily profits, target daily loss. That shows that you're profitable. So a professional trader might even take 1 to 3 trades in a week. And sometimes they may not even take trades in that week, because not taking trades is also a trading strategy, right? So that basically falls back to patience, patience in trading. So yeah, so the truth is not about taking action all the time. It's not about, oh, you must take trades because people are talking about this particular coin. You must look for a way to make money in the market. It's about executing the right trades. So I think beginners should also know that trading is not something that excites you whenever you are seeing fast profits. It's about being patient and knowing when to trade, not over trading, because over trading actually, it blows accounts. It makes people lose money. It affects people's psychology. And also, just like Shiba also mentioned, he said losing is part of the game. Yes, people hear it over and over and over again, but we are all humans. Humans actually don't like to take in losses, but the truth is that losing is part of the game. Even profitable traders take in losses. They take in losses regularly. That's even those who alert you to see it. Those who are transparent to let you know that yes. So because losses doesn't mean you're a failure. It simply means these are the cost. The cost is, let's take it like a business. Is it the cost of doing a business? So losses doesn't mean you are failing, or it doesn't mean that you are wrong. It might also help you to know you why you made that loss. So accepting losses as beginner traders or as newbies, it's also prevents accepting losses also prevents you taking some emotional decisions that might affect our trading life or our emotions or psychology. So I think that's one of the few points that I can add. But
That's
it's
very
covering trade.
expansive. That's very, very expansive. We appreciate you, Flames. We love the insight. That was very, very that was very, very insightful. Um, Also, if you are here, kindly follow Sheba, kindly follow Flames, kindly follow Simbaland, kindly follow Sam Smart. Also, I'm iterating. We will pick out 10 to 15 people, traders who are good, have some potential, uh have some tenacity, right? We just don't want people who have some tenacity. Okay, 10 to 15. Okay, and would help them with an opportunity to scale up in trading. So stay till the end of the session. Um, Pips, on you.
So I think they've said it all. Ideally, just have to understand that trading is a very good venture. You can make lots of money from it. Staying disciplined is key. Like Flam said, you won't always get it right. I mean, there are times you get it wrong, even after doing everything that you're supposed to do, right? It is just you against, I mean, big wheels, people that are trying to manipulate the market and all of that. So you should understand losses are normal. Um, One of the things that I don't understand is people taking losses and they become emotional about it. I mean, you should understand that it's normal, right? There's no way you would have 1,000 wins without a loss. You would lose. And once you lose, you just have to understand that it's normal. Um, Apply good risk management on every single trade you take and keep back testing, I mean, trying out, testing out whatever thing that strategy you are applying, keep learning, keep scaling. And I mean, it is my prayer that everyone that is here will become highly profitable. And so there's good money to be made, and let's just stay committed, stay disciplined, and let's keep pushing, and we'll make it. All of us will make it. Yeah, Sam, you can take over.
Wow, that was very brief. I guess you summarized it because Shiba and Flames had done most of the talking. See, the things to learn in the speech, you come to realize that it's not so much. Endorse, it's not plenty. Have you realized? Shiva spoke, Flame spoke. Now, Pips has nothing to say. You see how it works? Because the things to actually learn in the space is not a lot. Okay, very very fucking simple. So I would add the last thing. Okay, that's I think all of them. In fact, they explained it in a way. Okay, but I am I am adding how to capitalize on it. You remember Flames said something about it's a liquidity game. You remember, right? That's the big traders, okay, all these institutions, and they feed on us. We are prey to them. Every time you see that thing about liquidity, it is only the retail they are after. They are after people like you and I. Okay, small traders, $100, $200, $300, 500. We are the people that they hunt during every liquidity sweep. We are the people who are getting hunted. Okay, we are prey. We are food to them. In order for you to actually stand a chance in the game, okay, you need actual capital. You need a bit of capital. That is the truth. You can't run away from it. Okay. So my truth in this space is just one. My truth is just one. And I would die on this hill. Okay. My truth is simple. You can never make it in trading without capital. It's that simple. Forget what anybody else is telling you. I am telling you, you would never make it in this space without capital. Even the people, haven't you noticed? Even the people who supposedly made it from nothing, they had to go for mentorship classes. They paid for it. If you do not have capital to invest in the resources that will make you a trader, forget it. You are not coming in as a newbie with nothing and expect to scale through to millions. You will not get there. It's a dream, it's a myth. And if you have something like this, they will sell you a scam. And at the end of the day, you will come to realize that without capital, it is all a fucking waste. It is not that most of you are not using skill. Some of you here who are listening to me, okay, some of you, okay, well, we take you and we put your idolos or your mentors and your gurus, and we give you people the same capital, you would outshine them. I am telling you, some of you, it is not that you don't have skill. The skill is there. Okay, what you don't have is capital. It is that simple. There's this guy, there's this guy, um, I don't remember his actual name, right? But his name on Telegram was Limitless, right? He was in our community. Now, Limitless for months, this guy has constantly been saying that, yo, you guys give me the opportunity, give me an opportunity, please test me out, give me a funded account. In fact, we'll get into the whole, oh yeah, in fact, how can we have a space, end it and not talk about firms and talk about some of the scams in the space and talk about the coming revolution of trading in Africa? Come on, we have to talk about it. But before we get into that, let me just finish the story. So Limitless, okay, constantly kept saying for months that we should give him the opportunity, but he didn't have the money or the resources, okay, to purchase a funded account. Okay, so he kept coming and we keep telling him that, dude, you would have to win it fair and square in a giveaway. If you don't win it, we can't just, right? So this guy went back, did his homework, worked it out, and gathered a little bit of resources. So he recently got a funded account, right? So he was in our funded account community. We're talking and all of those things like trading and their reviews. This guy passed his evaluation in such a short time. In fact, in about was it 3 or 5 days, he had already hit his profit target for the first phase. So all what he had to do, okay, was just wait it out. Okay, be taking trades, just simple trades for 10 days, and that was all. This guy hit his profit target in 3 to 4 days. I was so surprised. Okay, so this guy had this level of talent with him. He had this level of skill with him. But then what happened? Simply because he does not have the capital to prove it. He's there, joining, roaming about, thinking that, it was hard for him to actualize his dreams. When would they ever get to me? When will I ever get there? When will I ever see these millions, these thousands that these people are talking about? Simply because he did not have capital. So it's good to have skill. That's good. Skill can be learned. Okay, but you know what cannot be learned? Capital. You can't learn capital. Everybody can learn how to trade. Does everybody have capital? No. Would everybody have access to capital? No. Okay. So my truth, okay, it's simple. Okay, without capital, none of these things matters. Listen, without capital, it does not matter. If you are here and you can hear me, I want you to know that regardless of the skills you are able to accumulate, regardless of what you are able to learn or the insight, it all means nothing if you do not have capital. It's a fucking waste. You need somebody to look at you and give you an opportunity with capital or to connect you with capital so you can actualize your dream. Because what are you going to practice all of those skills on? What? Demo accounts? Is that what you're going to do? Do demo accounts bring you actual profit? Do they change your circumstances? Do they impact your life? They make you feel good, right? Oh, okay. Oh, I was able to do this. Oh, okay. So this strategy worked. Oh, okay. I'm that good. Okay, cool. What's next? Nothing. So now let me tell you the future of crypto, okay, or the future of trading, okay, it's simple and it is one prop firms. So what are prop firms? Prop firms are I want to simplify it. I don't want us to get too much into it, right? I just want to simplify it so that you know what prop firms. They are liquidity providers. That's basically it. What they are doing is that they are giving you capital for you to trade with. At the end of the day, you split your profits. Okay, 70/30, some is 80/20. Okay, they send you 70 or they send you 80, then they keep the rest. But then what they are giving you is access to capital so you can actually actualize your profits. If you think you have skill sets, come and take. Trade, let us share the money. That is what it is. That is the future. And for a continent like ours, okay, that is heavily burdened with capital issues, liquidity issues. This is the biggest opportunity. So soon enough, okay, all these things, the challenges that we are doing, Charlie, 100 to 5, I mean, it's all good, okay? I encourage it. It's fine. It's cool. Okay, they are nice things. But at the end of the day, all of those things do not matter. Listen, in the grand scheme of things, okay, 100 to 500 or 100 to 1,000, it does not matter. It is useless. In the grand scheme, listen, in the grand scheme of things, when you zoom out of it, you realize it does not matter because that 100 to 200 or 100 to 500 or 100 to 1,000, I am telling you for a fact that, first of all, 80% of you will not get there. Okay. And if we are going to use the proper risk parameters to trade, it will take you more than a month. It will take you more than 2 months. And I'm telling you that in most cases, it is not realistic. Let us be honest with you. Rather than you seeking to do 100 to 2,000, which is what 10x. Listen, that is 10x your entire portfolio. If you had a $5,000 account, which happens to be funded, if you make 10% of it, how much is that? $500. You're making 10%. Now compare 10% to 1,100%. Which one is easy for you to execute? Tell me, which one is easy to execute? So listen, the truth is, capital is the most important. All of these things, it does not matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If you're getting scammed, it's because you don't have capital. If you have capital, why would you give your capital to somebody for you? No, you can't. The point is, you can't. When you see, even the good traders, they are fake. That's the thing. The good traders, they are losing money. Everybody loses money. So if all what you have in this entire world is $100, you have no backups. You have nothing to keep you going. Listen, it's all a fucking waste because at the end of the day, in your course of trading, you will lose money. And sometimes you can lose to nothing. If you lose to nothing, what happens? Who is there to fund you again? Capital is important. Forget. If your win rate is 60%, okay, that is for professionals. Capital is important. I'm telling you. Because you don't have to risk too much. Once you have capital, what is 2x? 2x is a whole 100%. What do you need 2x for? When you can be making 5%, when you can be making 10%. Okay. Rather than targeting 100, 200%, You can be targeting 10%, 5%, but would it matter? No, because what you have is insignificant. You have $100, you are trading with it, you are supposed to make 10%. Look how easy it is to make 10% off $100, just $10. So freaking easy. Almost everybody can do that. If we all sit here and we say that we are coming to give everybody accounts, and all what you have to do, okay, is raise a profit of 10%, which is like $10 on $100. Almost everybody can do it. But if we see, look at, I'm trying to show you something. You need to look at the statistics and the ratio so that you draw or you carve the right pathway to your dreams. Now, if we put the same set of 100 people, so if we put 100 people there, okay, traders, and we say, all what you have to do is raise 10% of the capital. So let's say $100, and everybody is supposed to raise just 10%. That's $10. 80 to 100%, 80 to 100%, no, in fact, 100 won't be possible. 80 to 90% of the people will be able to raise. In fact, so 80 to 90%, so that's 80 to 90 people will be able to raise that $10 on $100. But these same people, tell them that they should 2x their money. They should make $100 profit. So they should make $200. They should make $100 profit. Okay, the ratio would drastically reduce to below 50, from 80 to 90 people to below 50. So I am telling you that you it's I am telling you for a fact that we can make this trading thing easier for everybody. The problem is that not everybody has the talent, not everybody has the skill set, no, but everybody has the natural tendencies to excel in that terrain. You see the things that Flint is doing, okay? In fact, I've seen Lord Shiba do some crazy things, eh? Shiba has done some crazy. In fact, I've seen him use $10. He has raised to $400. He has raised to $500. You see him. I've seen all phases of his trades before. I've seen all of those things. I've seen, in fact, Flings. The, the first time Flings had a funded account, that very day he hits us. He hits us. He hits us. He made 10% that very day. And I told him that, boss, we don't do that here. I beg you, please. We take our time. We are consistent. You see, these people have natural tendencies. The things that Shiba is doing, you cannot do it. I can assure you. If you try to follow that format, you will fail and you will lose money. This is why you are failing. Sometimes you look at people you look at Ronaldo and you look at Messi and you see what they are doing on the field and you try to do exactly what they are doing, you will fail. There is a place for natural tendencies. There's a place for inherent giftings. The things that I can see Pips do. Listen, it is mad. That guy just told you that sometimes he looks at the chart, and he can tell you the direction where it is going without drawing lines. That guy is mad. So you see these guys that they are talking to you, they are all mad. The truth is they all have natural tendencies for trading. Okay. The things that they do with the chart, the things they do with trading, it will not be easy for a normal trader to replicate it. That is the truth. But you know what you can replicate? Because when you see Flames doing 2x, 3x, he can do 2x, 3x, hours, days. That thing he's doing, you cannot do it. If you follow him, you will crash. It is the truth. The things that there's Shiba, how do you explain? How does somebody use $1? How does somebody use $1, $2? Less than $5 to make $200. How does somebody do that? You see, Shiba is a wizard. I'm telling you. So if you try to follow him, okay, you know what will happen? You lose every single thing because you are following people with talents. You are following people with talents, people with natural tendencies, people who have a natural edge in trading, following their risk games to try to make money. So Shiba said he doesn't teach people how to trade. Do you know why? He said the things he does, he cannot teach you. Do you know? Because he knows it cannot be replicated in somebody else. So I am come to tell you something. What we can all do together collectively is we can't do 2x. We may not be able to do 3x, but we may be all able to do 10%. Charlie, can you do 10% profit on this capital? Yes, we can do that one. Everybody can. Almost everybody can. If you are taught right, you can't do it. So listen, let us do something. Uh, Shiba, what do you plan to do with your give? I don't know. So I'll let Flames talk. Okay, Flames. What do you want to? Are you going to have a giveaway? Are you going to give anybody an account today? Shiba, are you going to give anybody an account? Let me know. Let us know. Let us sort this thing out before people go to bed. Who wants to take the mic? Shiba or Flames?
Okay. So
No, it depends. It depends. Please don't feel fault at all.
there are a lot of people here, so I'm just going to pick one person to win a 5K account.
Okay, good. Let me add quickly. So now what we want to do is, okay, the $5, the $10, it won't do you anything. It is the truth. Okay. It just makes you more dependent. Okay. It doesn't change anything about your life. It won't change the trajectory of it. It won't change this projection. If you actually want something to change your life, a funded account will do that for you. A funded account will change your entire life. Why? Because it will give you access to capital. Capital you do not have. The reason why your life is going to change in crypto is simply because of this opportunity of prop firms that have entered into the space. That is the truth. Okay. We don't have the time to get into the types of prop firms, the scandalous ones, things you should, because there's quite a number of them that have entered the space. But you see all these guys at the top there. You see Flames? We all trade we all trade from the same firm. Do you know why? Because that is the best in the space. We have come to realize that is the best. They pay out. There are no fraudulent rules. There are no restrictions on leverages. There are no restrictions on margins. There are no restrictions on tokens and assets to trade. You can even trade gold. In fact, everything that is available on Bybit, you can do that. And you know what is mind blowing? While some prop firms would use 2 weeks to 3 weeks to process payout. Listen, that thing is a fraudulent. In fact, that's one of the. Let me drop this so that you know this. As you are leaving, if you don't forget, if you don't remember anything, at least this one day you remember. One of the fraudulent things about prop firms is that they will tell you that listen, 2 weeks withdrawals, 2 weeks withdrawals are processed in 2 weeks. Listen, they don't need 2 weeks to process withdrawals. When they do that, they are doing that so that they can limit how much you are making. Listen, they do that to limit, because if you can only produce payout every 2 weeks, that means that every month the trader is restricted to one or two payouts within that month. Are you getting it? Because you would have to first trade to make the money in order for you to request the payout. So when they tell you that they can't process your payouts for you immediately, it is a scheme, because they are trying to limit how much you can make off them. At Hiro Trader, it is not like that. The firm that we are working with, it's not like that. When you request the payouts, maximum 24 hours, you receive. Quick. So do you know what it means? 12 hours. So do you know what it means? It means all throughout the month, and every single week, in fact, every 3 days, you can be requesting payout, provided you are trading and making profit. So imagine that you are trading two types of proper accounts, okay, from different prop firms, and one firm tells you that you can only withdraw on a specific date. And that one. I saw it somewhere. One particular prop firm, they said there's a particular date when you're they do 14th, and they do say 14th to 15th, and they do 29th to 30th for their withdrawal. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. How would you do? Now think about this. You have a past prop account. Okay, there's an emergency that happens at home. There's an emergency that happens at home. Let's just say mommy gets an accident, younger brother gets knocked down by a car, somebody trips, falls, is carried to the emergency ward. You need to provide money, so that you can take care of your mother, of your brother. And the problem you are trading tells you that we can only use 2 weeks to process the amount. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense? They tell you that they can only process your money money that you have made. You are entitled and eligible to. They can only process it in 2 weeks, 14 freaking days. Meanwhile, you may need it to sort out certain emergencies. So be very careful about problems. High traders not like that. So you get to withdraw as many times as you want, as long as you're hitting your profit targets. And that is one of the amazing things. So what we are going to do is that for our giveaway, we will hand out Hiro Trader funded accounts to people. Okay, we want to see people trade it the right way. We want to see people make actual money and want to see people scale throughout the journey, right? So we will be selecting people, right? Shiba, you said you pick out one person. Um, Flames, what do you intend to do?
Sam, please. I think some people wants to ask some questions, so I think we should take some questions before we.
True. I was just really concerned about the time. That's why. Okay, yeah, we'll take some questions. If you have a question, please, quickly. I'm sorry, I didn't notice it before, but if you have some questions, please ask your question. Request for a mic, and Shiba would give you the opportunity. Uh, yeah. Mm, Okay. So, uh, okay. So, InnoCrypt. I don't know. Is it InnoCrypto? Talk to me. Ask your question, quick. InnoCrypt, we don't have a lot of time, so please, if you do have, you have been given the speaker, kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
It's not that I don't really have a question, but what I want to say is that whatever you set your mind on, or whatever you want to learn, or whatever you really set your mind on, you can achieve it. Because
Okay.
I know that trading, no one borns with it. It's not a talent that people's born with it. It's not even a gift.
Mhm.
But if you
Yeah.
put your mind to work, I believe that is achievable. There's nothing that's is difficult if you put your mind to it. So
Okay.
so far others can do it. You too can also do it. So
Okay. Thank you.
that's it. It all
Okay.
depends on the time, your time and
Okay.
your energy and everything. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So InnoCrypt said, if if somebody can do it, you can also do it too. Awesome. Um um Habibi. Habibi.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
So, yeah. So my own is just wanted to commend you guys of what you guys are doing. Lord Shiba, Flames, and Simbalan. I want to commend you guys. And also talking about the capital. Yeah, that's the major thing that we newbie traders are facing. So,
Yeah.
and I will be willing if I will
Yeah.
maybe,
So
yeah. So thank you guys and thank you everyone.
yeah, sure. Thank you. Let me see. Master Lilo. Master Lilo. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening.
Please,
Yes.
can you hear me? Yeah, good evening. It's
Yes,
Sam
please.
Matt. Quick. I just want to ask, is it really possible for someone to scale to without a mentor in trading?
Um, yes, it's possible. But when you say mentor, what do you mean by mentor? Do you mean in-person mentor or somebody talking to you one by one, like somebody you are constantly in conversations with?
Yeah, like somebody that is directing you, putting you through, instead of you going through that stress or learning alone. Is that really possible to achieve that?
Yeah, it's possible. But so we have something we call far away mentors and in-person mentors. Okay, so let me show you something. Um, I have an in-person mentor. Okay, I have an in-person mentor. So let me use the church system, right, as an analogy, quick analogy. So my pastor is my in-person mentor. Okay. So if I have questions, it is my pastor that I go to. Okay. If I have a very bad dream, terrible dream, I feel some unsettling about certain things, I go for some insight and counsel from my in-person pastor. So he is my in-person mentor. Okay. Then I have my far away mentors. Okay. Now, one of my far away mentors is Apostle Joshua Selman. Okay, I can't reach him, but I listen to his teachings. I follow his counsel, right? So in trading, it is the same thing. In fact, in life, it is the same thing. You have your faraway mentors, you have your in-person mentors. No matter what you do, you would require a mentor. But your in-person mentors, they make the journey easier because listen, you may have questions you want to answer, personalized questions. Those personalized questions may not be answered by your faraway mentor. So your faraway mentor is teaching you something about order flow. You have a question regarding order flow. It has not been addressed. Your in-person mentor, who knows, would address and teach and bring clarity. So people are able to learn faster with both their far away and in person mentors as compared to people who solely depend on far away mentors. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, exactly. Because why I'm asking these questions is there's this argument that I've been seeing online on TL that people are just saying that they're just like saying if you don't have mentor that you can't really go far in trading. So I just want to correct that misconception because a lot of people here are newbies that are just trying to, not a lot of people that have money to like acquire mentorship. So they're just trying to gather information and to scale up on their own. So when I was seeing that argument, I was like, maybe this space I'm opportune to ask. Let me hear from people's views so that I'll know what to say again. That's just it. Thank you for that beautiful question. I really
Clarity, right? It really answered your question to the latter, right? Okay, let me add one more thing to this. Okay, for all of those who are newbies, listen. The concept that everybody can make it in trading, and that concept is a lie. I'm telling you this so that you know it. That concept that everybody can make it in trading is a lie. Do you know why? When they did the statistics of profitable traders, they were less than 5% the whole world. So some of it is talk, talk, talk. You people are talk. So people are on TLs and they are talking. They are just making noise. A lot of people are just making noise. I'm telling you, when they did the stats, right? Profitable traders are less than 10%. They are less than 5%. The whole entire world. What do you think the rest of the 95% they are doing? Then people come and sit on the TL and saying that you can make it in this piece on your own. You just need to go and be on your own. Go. It's possible, right? It is possible, no doubt. But when you're doing things, you have to measure the margin of probability. Okay, if I do it this way, what is the margin of probability that it will succeed? What is the margin that I will fail? Okay, so please, let's all be very, very guided. If trading were easy, okay, we would all be excelling in trading, right? We will all be there. We will all have millions. If statistics is saying that 5% the whole entire world, that should tell you that most of the people you see around you, they are not profitable. Today you are profitable, tomorrow you don't have, next day you are not consistently profitable. There's nothing at the end of your 1 year journey, you are constantly in losses. Bro, that is not trading. But I know people like to make noise about these things. This one you don't need a mentor. Whether you need a mentor, you can do it. You can do it. So go and do it. Anyways, much there's let me see, Zabi. Okay, Zabi. Then after Zabi, Rex Allison. Zabi, unmute yourself and ask.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, all, and we really appreciate what you guys are doing for us. We thank you all very much. My question is, earlier during your submission, you did state that um, it's never too late for anyone to go into trading.
Yeah.
No matter your age, no matter how young you might be, no matter how old you might be, you still have an opportunity in this space. But then my question is, as newbie, where should we focus on? What aspect do you think is more important for us to focus on to become profitable? That's number one. Then number two, would you also advise someone that is still learning the rope to get a prop firm? Does the person need to be really good in trading first before it go into getting a funded account. Thank you. That's all I do.
Okay. Um. So you see, what you should focus on. Okay. Let me just do this one very 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 quickly. There's something that I've always wanted to be say. People do not understand when I say something. I keep saying I keep telling people that listen. The fundamentals are the most important thing. Listen, if you're a newbie, the most important thing in trading is fundamentals. When I say fundamentals, Flames was talking about position sizing. Flames mentioned position sizing. Position sizing has got to do with how much you risk per trade. Okay, he spoke about risk reward rate. All of these things are fundamentals. The things that lead to your profitability. Okay, it's not how much technical analysis you know. It all boils down to the fundamentals. So Lord Shiba mentioned risk management, because risk management is the most important thing in the game. Listen, the reason why your idolos, okay, most of them, okay, when you get into the corporate sector, the professionals, the reason why they are profitable, the reason why they are part of the 5% is simply because of fundamentals, risk management. That is all. Nothing else matters. All of them are trading with just one strategy. You meet one person, he's just trading one strategy, and the strategy is so freaking simple. You go and learn so many things. You go and learn you go and learn this, you go and learn this, you go and oscillation principle, you go and learn this, you go and learn a lot of chaff. At the end of the day, you don't see anything. Go and listen to your professionals. They are trading very simple strategies. Simple strategies. So simple, but they are profitable. Why? Because of fundamentals. Someone will do me. I don't do I know enough technical. I don't know enough technical analysis. I promise you. Everybody knows this. I keep telling them that I am a product of somebody who does not know enough technical analysis. But I know my fundamentals, and my fundamentals are pretty strong. Because of that, I am able to effectively interpret signals, apply them, and just move. I have passed a funded account. I did that not because I was technically inclined. I did that because I was fundamentally strong and prolific. That is what you need to do. You need to be proficient in your fundamental analysis. Fundamentals. Charlie, risk, position sizing. How much should I use here? How much should I use here? How do I throw stop loss? These are the things you need to, these are the techniques that will let you be profitable. People would make noise about. The technical analysis is good. It's people who are looking to take their trading game a little bit higher. But listen, if you're just looking for profits, you do not really have the time. Like there's this guy, okay, he works, okay. He has a day job, right? So he doesn't really have the time, okay. So what we did is that we took him through strong fundamental analysis and management. We took him through all these things for about a month, so that he has a strong, solid game, so that he understands when you see when you are given a signal and you look at the chart, what is happening. You see where to put you see how to where to put your stop loss. You see how to how to handle it. If it is going like this, what do you do? How much do I place on it? All of these things, right? Fundamentals. So please, you can do that using you can be profitable in this space using fundamentals alone without technical analysis, and that is the truth. Okay, your fundamental analysis has to be just very very strong. Okay, your risk management. You look at the chart. No, this one I'll not put 100. I'll put maybe $20 on it. It's not looking too good. Okay, sure. Those things. You start seeing profits. You adjust your this thing, SL buy entry, so that in case it reverses, this is very risky. You see those things. And also your second question. Is it good if you're starting out? Would you advise that you get a prop firm? So listen, so the prop account, okay, they teach you on a practical basis how to trade professionally. So if you are new to trading, it's actually a very good thing for you, because what it means is that you'll be introduced to the proper techniques, you'll be introduced to the proper parameters of trading. So it is not like the people who have already they've wrongly learned a lot of things, and they have to come back and they have to relearn. They have to unlearn what they have learned before they relearn the proper way. Because that is one of the issues that we've been dealing with. When people come, the so-called experienced traders who end up coming into the funded community, they have learned so many wrong things. So when they come, it's like they struggle a lot, because it's like First of all, they are risking this amount, they are doing this, they are doing a lot of nasty things, right? But it is not their fault. They didn't get to learn on a proper note. So when they come, we have to teach them, you don't do like this, you don't do like this. You see people saying, I don't trade with a stop loss. That is fucking ridiculous. Okay. If you see, if how did you get there? You got there because you haven't been taught right. So most of them, they come and we have to teach them all these things. Every single trade you are taking requires a stop loss. We have to take them through all these rules and guidelines that will help them become professionals and change their trading game. So if you are a newbie, okay, and you have not, you don't know enough about crypto, listen, you can start on the funded account. It's a very good place for you to start from. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Okay. Allison, Resk Allison.
All right, guys. GM, everybody.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to be here, and I'm so happy to be here. And my regards to my mentor, Flams. I so I have a question first. Let's say, for instance, you are not skilled, but then you've gotten a funded account. Okay, you've gotten a funded account. Then how would you scale? Because you're not skillful. You only know the fundamentals, but you don't know the TA you get. So how would you be able to scale up with that?
But
That's the
that is
first
why
question.
funded. Let's address the first before you go to the second. But that is why you are part of the funded account community. Whoever introduced you to that community would be helping you out with signals. So signals will be provided. So how are you scaling? You're scaling through the signals that he's providing with you. You have strong fundamental analysis. So what else do you need?
Okay, sorry. So the other thing is, my boss, I'm Flams. You promised me, you made a promise, so I just want to like still remind you. That's just all. Good night, guys.
Flam, somebody's coming for your head. um any more questions? Okay, so no more questions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a question.
Okay.
GM, everyone, GM Lord Shiba, GM Boss Firm. So my question is kind of simple. It's about prop firm. A idea of crypto prop firm is a little bit new to me. I've been hearing about prop firm, but it was for forex. So, but my question there is the infrastructure behind this trading firm, as in when trades are executed on the prop firm, are those trades directed, as in are they routed directly to external exchange, or the prop firm uses an API for it, like
Oh,
to manage execution and liquidity?
okay, so you see, I like your question. Your question is good. Okay, it gives me the opportunity to expand and show you how some prop firms have been fraudulent, okay, and have been scamming people in the space. When your prop firm already has its own platform, it's dangerous. They can give you limited coins, right? Limited assets for you to trade. Secondly, they can also reduce. They can also like limit your leverage as well. Okay. And also with those prop firms, there's another thing that they can also do easily. They can also induce a time limit and force you to be trading beyond your reasonable space of analysis. They do that a lot. So at Hiro Trader, right? So you need to know the type of prop firm you are dealing with. Hiro Trader, the prop firm, what it does is it connects to Bybit API, right? So basically, you set up a demo account, right? And you connect it with your prop firm through API keys. And once you do it, it integrates with your Hiro Trader account. So the things that the profits you are seeing there, the things when you close a trade there, when you see profits, it reflects on your Hiro Trader account. So your profit target, you see it. Your drawdowns, you see it. Right. So you're basically trading every single asset that is available to any Bybit user. There is no limit on leverage. There is no limit on assets. And that is one of the fundamental things that makes a prop firm stands out amongst its peers. Because while the peers are limiting you to about 10 assets, Do you know why they do that? If they limit you to 10 assets, it makes it extra difficult for you to pass. Why? Because most of these coins that they tend to focus on, there's not a lot of volatility. And listen, volatility is where the profits are made. It is because BTC is dropping up and down that you get to short or long to make profit. So when they limit it, okay, they limit your options and your ability to pass your accounts early. Why are they doing this? They are doing this so that your money, because the longer you stay trying to pass, the higher the probability you may make a mistake and fail. So be very, very careful about prop firms. Okay, crypto prop firms that do that. They limit your assets. Be very, very careful about that. Don't mind them. Okay, they limit your leverage. Do not mind them. Okay, fraudulent. Any more questions?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Pff, Dynamite, Dynamite. Please, if you have a question, please, quickly, quickly, quickly. It's very, very late. People are going to sleep. We have to pick 15 people that no, 15 is a lot. We'll have to pick 10 people that we have to help out with accounts. So please, hurry, Dynamite, Finesse, Sherlock Soul. Please unmute yourself and talk if you have a question. Please, hurry. Okay, so I guess they don't have questions. Flames, what do you intend to do? I mean, with regards to giveaway.
Um, since I know the number of giveaway accounts that's available, so I'm just gonna pick one person from this space, and the other ones will be running it in our public channel. And I think there are some of them in the channel who are actively listening. So I'll be the run through, or I would rather just know how I will handle it. Me and the other admin in the group, how will we handle the giveaway in the channel.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna pick one person from here, and the other accounts will be shared in the channel.
So
Sorry.
so Flames is giving out. He is picking out one person from here to Dash. And Pips, do you want to do any giveaways? Are you in a good mood? Do you want to do somebody some good? Oh, Pips, where are you? Come and pick one person and also dash an account. Yeah, Rich. Where is he? Okay. He's probably not available. So Lord Shiba, you get to pick your person. Lynch, you get to pick your person. I don't know how you feel. Are you going to pick them right now or you pick them later? Which is which?
I don't know. There are so many people here. How do I pick them? I just need one person. Maybe you should help me pick one person.
Me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think it's possible to like pick, because there are some listeners that I won't find.
Yeah.
There are some anonymous, like more like anonymous. I don't know. There are some users, listeners that are like 15 to 20 something. I couldn't find them.
Yeah.
So because it's gonna be pretty much hard. But I already found my win already. Also.
Okay. Okay. The way people want to run it, like me, sure. Okay, sure. So that is for you people. Remember, these are free accounts you are given to these guys, right? So listen. So basically, they are going to sponsor you guys and give you an account. Okay. They said they'll pick one person, whatever. If you are here, okay, what me I want to do is, if you are here, you know you can trade, okay, or you are looking for the right opportunity to scale through, okay, or you want better mentorship on how to trade and how to get there, and you want a prop firm, in fact, you want a prop account, okay, we are going to help 10 to 15 people, okay, we are going to help you purchase accounts, okay, and we will help you and we'll guide you. What we'll do is that we would the eligibility would start with people who are first skilled. Okay. So we'll probably try and see your PNLs first, right? So we'll check your PNLs. We'll see. And would assess. Then we'll decide in the team. Okay, so Simbaland community. Make sure you join in. Make sure you also join Flames's account community as well. Right? Join both communities. Okay. He's a prolific trader and I fucking love it. So join both communities in Simbaland. We'll pick 15 people who are here. Okay. Specifically from here. So in order for me to know if you were in the space, okay, kindly DM. In fact, don't just DM your username or something, right? So that when you text me, I'll be able to like confirm that, oh, okay, you are from the space, right? Let's do that. And what's the game plan? So we'll give those who are skilled. We'll first check your PNLs. We'll do a little bit of assessment. We'll check those who are skilled first, right? Then we'll give priority to those people, okay? And those who are not skilled, okay, we would also have time for you people, okay? And we'll look through and we'll see how best we can help you, right? We made our biggest payouts from Hiro Trader somewhere last week, $7,000, right? I want to dedicate a little bit to Shiva's community, to Flames' community, and to our community, right? So 10 to 15, please. We can't do too many. So 10 to 15, please make sure you have a little bit of cash. If you do not have money, do not come there. Like, don't come into my DMs, please. These are not free giveaways. We are helping you secure funded accounts. 10 to 15 people, right? And I would pick one person from here that I would handle, like, I'll purchase a 10K account for, right? $10,000 account. One person. I'll pick one person from here and I'll handle that as well. So for those who are interested, if you know you have a little bit of capital, right? Text, DM me. We'll work it from there. For the person who I'm going to pick to give the $10,000 account to, let me just see. I want to pick somebody at random. Um, let me see. A B C D E F G H I J K M M N O P Q I S T U I U. Yeah. Let me see. 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 Let me see.